He's in. That's the crack.
Are you all right?
10 years later, I was having some technical issues there, but we're good now. How are you? Good.
It feels like forever since we've done this, doesn't it?
It has been forever.
But here we are with some really good questions.
And in fairness, the distance, the gap we have had, we have both been doing a lot so that we can share with our people that follow us. So
It's been a busy time, but we're here.
yeah. So we want to check in with everyone now that half the year has passed. When you start the new year, you're like, going to do this, going to do that. And then right now, if you were consistent, you would be there. And if you're not, guarantee it's because you weren't consistent. So we're going to jump in and see what people are struggling with and how we can help.
Okay. So, this is a really good question to kick us off. Is there a best time to start? By start, I mean making changes. I'm guessing it means by making changes to your diet, exercise, etc. to make sure that you stick to it. So is there a best time to start? You go.
Right now. Yes. Don't wait for a Monday. Don't wait for a new year. And don't wait for the right time.
Yeah. The perfect time doesn't exist, does it? Because there'll always be something.
Yeah.
There'll always be like a social occasion, stuff that crops up with your work. Like there's always going to be something. And that's life. And I guess you've got to learn to navigate those things.
Yeah. I think people do this. I've been reading a lot about this lately. It's like you put a timeline on something. Like for me, it's like I'll be happy when, right? And you're like focusing on the goal. Like maybe it's like earn a certain amount of money so you can go on a holiday. So you're saying I won't be happy till then. But it's like, well, there's going to be a lot of life in the way. You can't just close yourself off, work towards this goal, and then expect to be happy at the end. Same with the diet. You can't close life off, think there's this diet and exercise routine that's going to get you to where you want to be. Then you're going to be happy, and then you can go live your life again. It's about do it right now. Decide to start right now. Decide to be happy right now. Life will get in the way. Like, how do I stay on track and still enjoy, like, how do I stay on track with my diet, still enjoy going out socially? Like, it doesn't have to be all or nothing. And consistently being okay is better than being perfect for like a short amount of time and then social life happens again. You're like, well, I don't know how to actually live in balance. So you're all in and then you're all out, all in, all out. Like, just start now and just like, yeah, don't try to be perfect. There is no perfect time.
And a lot of people always talk about starting on a Monday, but I actually think that if you tell yourself you're going to start on a Monday, it puts too much pressure on you.
Yeah.
I think if you're sitting there like, what day is the day? Wednesday. If you're sitting and thinking, yeah, I want to do something, like I want to change things, I want to change like the way I feel, the way I look, and how fit I am, whatever it is. If you're thinking about it now, then now is the best time. Like, don't go, oh, Monday.
Yeah.
I think we build Mondays up too much. Like,
Yeah.
right, on Monday I'm going to do this, and it's like, whether it's to do with health and fitness or not, it might even be like business stuff, work stuff, on Monday. And it's like, boom, pressure on Monday. Just do it like on a, imagine if you started like changing your diet on a Friday. Because then you can think to yourself, if I can navigate the weekend when I've got less routine, I've probably got more social occasions. Bloody hell, I can do a weekday, no problem.
Yeah. That's a good one. It's like people that start on New Year's, I always think like, no, start like December 27th because everyone is going to start on New Year's Day. But it's like, no, start ahead of it. Like, start in a random time where there's no like, it's like what you said, Monday's this magical day, but it's not really. And then what people do is, if you get hit with that whim of, I want to be healthy on a Wednesday, start right then, because what you'll do is be like, right, I'll start Monday, let me get it out in my system and order all this food I wouldn't typically eat, because now I think I'm never eating it again. I'm going to balls deep with it. And then what happens is you still start Monday, but you stop on Thursday, and then you do the same again. Right, fuck it. I start again Monday. So you do this. Start now. And if you do fall off track, like, you don't have to wait till the next day or next week. Then next, something Aaron, one of my friends in Ireland says, just make sure the next bite, like if you have a terrible meal that you didn't plan, then next meal is good. Like, you're only one bite away from a good choice. Get back on track. Same with if you miss a workout, you're only one action away from getting back on track. You'd have to wait a whole week again to get back on track.
Good advice. Good advice.
It's hard to follow, but it's good advice.
Good advice. Right, I'd probably, if I had a pound, or in your case $1, for every time I've been asked this question over the years, I'm on a yacht somewhere in like the Mediterranean. It's like I'm a multi-millionaire. What's the best exercise to lose weight? How long have you got? Go!
I'm just gonna jump out this window, right? It doesn't matter. You could have the best exercise in the world. If you're not doing it, it doesn't matter. If you're not doing it consistently, it doesn't matter. And here's the funny thing. You can Google best exercise and Google best diet. They don't mean a thing unless you are taking action. Consistent action, not perfect action, just consistent action.
And we've said this on our live chats before, but you've got to find something that you enjoy.
Yeah.
The key is exactly what you said. It's to be consistent, but how can you be consistent with something that you don't like?
Yeah.
You look forward to something.
Yeah.
And how it makes you feel, then do that thing and just do it. And try different things. Like we've said this before, there might be things out there that you might be a secret salsa dancer. Or you might have convinced yourself that you would hate yoga, but you might try it and be like, actually, that was amazing.
What I love here is, right, you've said 3 or 4 times now, is like we said before, like we said before, like we said before. So, like we said before, there's no change. It's no secret we're withholding. It's probably a lack of consistency. And then you to look deep. Why have I not been consistent? Do you enjoy it? Probably not. If you think about, like, if you're doing a sport, you're not thinking about getting fit and dragging yourself there. You're thinking about, I want to get better and understand this, or get faster at running up the field, or like get stronger at kicking, or like get better at boxing. For me, I enjoy strength training. I enjoy when I feel the weights move up a little bit. So it's like, I'm not focusing on get these reps in, get my calories burned. I'm focusing on I want to be better. And then the fat loss and the body composition is like a byproduct of just getting better at something and enjoying something. I think that's a huge one. Like, if you're, let's say you've never done salsa dancing before, you're so busy in that hour focusing on your feet, how they move. Man, this is fun, but I'm so confused by it all. Like, you're taking in all this new information that excites you. You're not even realizing how much you're moving. So that's like you said, like, if you're enjoying it, you're going to keep going back. You want to get better. You're not focusing on where's my calories at? Is the hour up yet? Like, you know.
So yeah, find something that you enjoy, and you might find it in the strangest of places.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I think that to add to that as well, talking about best exercise to lose weight, but and of course, like, our kind of stock answer to that is find something you enjoy and do it repeatedly. But alongside that, thinking that weight loss is basically a maths calculation. So
yeah,
at what's going in, find the mode of exercise that's going to help you expend some more of that energy, so that the outcome is you're in a calorie deficit, and then that's where the weight loss comes from. But if you can make that maths equation an enjoyable one to do, then it's going to make it a whole lot easier.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely is a maths equation. And if you're training right now and you're not seeing any results, it's got to be the calorie deficit thing, right? So it's not that you're doing the wrong exercises. it's most likely a nutritional thing. So like if you take someone that has never trained, they're not in a position to train yet, right? Just drop the calories down and get them walking more throughout the day. They will lose weight. Exercise then just makes that gap bigger and helps with like the body composition of things, the lung capacity of things, the performance side of things. So like, don't overthink it. There's no magic exercise. Yeah, if you do bicep curls, your biceps are going to get bigger. You're not going to hit your legs if you hit your biceps. But it's not about like, there's no magic fat loss exercise. It's just like the calorie expenditure. The diet is going to be bigger than the exercise. The exercise, like if this is your expenditure, you're eating exactly what you need to survive. You're not losing weight or gaining weight, right? So it's like, right, we can bring the exercise up and that'll create a gap. Or the easiest thing to do is just bring the diet down first a little bit. And then you can bring the exercise up. So I always think diet first and then add in that exercise. But exercise has multiple benefits other than just bringing that gap bigger. It's like you can lose a bunch of weight just by dieting. Well, that doesn't mean you're fit. Doesn't mean you're strong. Doesn't necessarily mean you're healthy. It just means you're losing body fat. So I don't know. There's a lot to it, really, isn't there?
Yeah. Is it that could be an hour's chat on its own, the answer to that question?
Yeah.
And that's like a really good like visual way at looking at it, what you consume versus what you expend. On top of like looking for a structured workout or a structured type of exercise that you enjoy, also like your steps.
Yeah.
If you do 10,000 steps, on average, for most people, that's going to burn at least an extra 300 calories a day if you do the 10,000 versus not doing them. So that's something to consider. You might find that just walking is like something that you really enjoy. I know a lot of people like post-pandemic found the joy of walking because that was all they could do. So factoring that in will help a lot. You don't have to kill yourself. You don't have to do like a zillion workouts a week.
Yeah. You should work out because you enjoy it. If you want to lose weight and you hate training and you can't figure out a way to incorporate it into your life, just drop the calories and move more. Like if you're going to Tesco's, for my American friends here, Vons, right? Don't park right at the front. Park at the back. Force yourself to walk. Don't take an elevator. Take the stairs. Like get your steps in. Get your activity up that way and just eat a little bit better, rather than drag yourself through exercise and like trying to figure out this perfect exercise. Like just start there. Like I think
that's the best like concise answer we can give to that. Potentially a very big question, a big topic.
Yeah.
Okay, this one's really interesting. So I recently hit my goal, but now I feel a bit lost. How can I stay motivated?
New goal. Easy. I heard on a podcast this morning, it was great. Where you are right now is absolutely perfect. Who you are and where you are is absolutely perfect. You are enough, sort of thing, right? But this time next year, you better not be the exact same perfect person you are today, because you should grow. Whether that's business, relationships, finance, health. Like, humans, our main thing on earth is to just grow and evolve. So like right now you are perfect how you are, but next year you better be here. You're not going to stay in the past. So the past can't be your peak. You're going to keep kind of striving forward. So figure out what your next goal is. Just like sit down with a journal and write down, like spiritually, mentally, physically, in your career, in your relationships, in your hobbies, whatever it is, things you want to strive for, and make them one of your goals.
I think it's quite important as well to do that process, right? Just as you're coming up to your original goal, because I think sometimes if you go, right, I've achieved this first, I've got pins and needles in my feet.
I hate.
I've got to this goal,
Yeah.
right? And then you're like, right, okay. Try and almost not leave a bit of space in between completing one goal and setting another. So if you can see yourself approaching the goal you've been working towards, maybe a week, 2 weeks beforehand, to start having that conversation that you've just said with yourself, so that you're ready to push straight on to the next one and there's no dead time in between. I've listened to a few podcasts where they've been interviewing like Olympians or people who've won world titles, and that's been their massive goal. And then once they've achieved it, they like feel really flat when they thought they would feel ecstatic.
Yeah.
You said before, like, I'll be happy when I've...
Yeah. Joe, I was about to dive in with that. If you're only happy when you get your goal, you're not enjoying the process. Whereas if you're happy along the way, like, I am so guilty of it. I'll be happy when this, and then I stay like so like busy during the week that I forget to like just stop and like enjoy the life around me, sort of thing. It's like, yeah, don't be happy when, set a goal, but enjoy every step of it, because then it's not that, like you said, that depression hit of like, I'm not happy when I've got it, because yeah, it's happiness isn't on a set goal. It's who you are along the way, who you become. The struggle of it.
It's not. Are you ready for this one? I think I've just made a good quote. I'm actually probably haven't made this up. It's probably been said by somebody else before. But happiness is the journey, not the destination.
That's such an overused quote, but it's very true. It is. It's.
I just made this quote up. No, I've definitely heard that many times before.
Here's the way to think about it, right? If you think like everyone is going to die, that is inevitable. That is the end. It's not a goal as such, right? Kind of is. It's an end point. So if everyone's like, I want to be as rich as I can, as strong as I can, as happy as I can, like the end goal is like, well, then you're dead and you didn't enjoy any of that journey because you were trying to be the best at the very end of it. And it's kind of like, you know, you can't be dead and then be like, oh, like I should have enjoyed the journey more. Like, just, yeah, you got to enjoy that journey. Like, no one's goal is death, but it's similar. That's an end date, and you got to be happy before it. So figure out your goal, enjoy your steps on the way to it. Like,
a good quote from you there. Death is not the goal. What is death?
Yeah, here we go. Let's change it a little bit so it's not as morbid. It's inevitable. Death is inevitable, right? We want to make that as far away as we can. The goal is to make it as far away as we can. So you got to enjoy that journey to that end, which is as far away as possible.
Yeah. I say that to my husband all the time. I say we need to live the healthiest life that we can, so that we have many, many, many happy, healthy years together. Because like your time here is short, really.
Yeah.
Like if you spent it being unwell or unhealthy or unmobile and able to do things, like it's like a fun limiter.
Yeah, it really is. It's like being fit and strong and healthy is like more than just the beach muscles, right? It gives a lot of people confidence, but even that, it's more than that. It's like, you can do more. Like you could go water skiing tomorrow, or go like quad biking, and you don't have to worry about those silly injuries that would happen if you were like someone that just sat on the couch all the time. Why do you think you should get on a quad, think you've got the core stability, the leg strength to survive that? Like, you know what I mean? Like, A, if you stay on it, that's like a lot of like strength just to hold your body and hold that bike. And then B, if you fall off it, like if you're strong, at least you're not going to feel half as bad. So it's like, it's the little things in life like that you get to do. Or like I always think about me mom and her grandkids. She couldn't run around after them and lift them up and like outrun them if she wasn't fit and active. Like, so it's like, do you want to just like sit in a chair and like yell at your grandkids to come over to you, like, or do you want to like get up and interact and have fun with them, like, you know? Yeah.
So make life as fit and healthy as possible, and be ready for anything.
Stay ready. I like that. Yeah.
Okay, next one. How many workouts per week should I be doing to lose weight? This is like this is another one of those big questions. where I guess it just comes back to that calculation, energy in, energy burned, gives you your outcome. So whether that's like 4 big workouts a week that are longer, or 7 20-minute workouts, like it all comes back to that equation of gives you the outcome. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, 100%. It's kind of like the more we do these, the more we realize people are really, I don't mean this in a bad way, really thinking there's this perfect formula to fat loss. And there's not, it's hard because it takes discipline and consistency, which is hard in anything. But maybe the simplest way to think about it, rather than how many workouts, what days, is, am I moving more and eating less today? Or did I move less and eat more? Like, move a bit more, eat a little bit less every day is ideal to lose body fat. How you move and when you move is not as important as just a little bit less food, a little bit more movement every day. If you know you're doing that, you will lose body fat. It's just science. Then it's like, right, if you have to move every day and you walk your block every day, that's movement. I mean, let's say after 2 weeks, you're kind of bored of walking that block. You know, I might try this exercise class. Or I might try this strength lifting class. Or I might try this new sport. Like, the movement will change as your interests do. Like, just don't overthink, like, I have to do, like, fucking Susan down the street lost 10 pounds doing a trampoline workout. I fucking hate trampolines. But, like, that's what she did, so that's Bible. Like, no, she probably had the calories lower and the exercise was making the movement higher. Just, eat less, move more. And then move in ways that challenge you and that you enjoy. And then when you start kind of getting the bug for fitness, right, I want to feel strong, I want to develop like muscles, I want to look leaner, right, let's integrate into a gym setting now. But by then you kind of have plenty of motivation and a little bit more knowledge, so you can kind of attack that a little bit more. I don't know.
Yeah, I would agree with everything you've just said there. I think something I chat with a lot of clients about as well is for those people that are in desk-based jobs where it is actually really challenging to say do their 10,000 steps every day and fit their workouts in and stuff. Well, let's look at the 10,000 steps especially, because it has such a big impact on energy expenditure, and it's good for you in terms of that base cardio fitness.
Yeah.
And moving more. That sometimes is really hard for people to do if they are desk bound from, let's say, 9 or 5 with just a short lunch break. So I think it would be easy for those people if they didn't hit 10,000. Let's say say they're starting on a Tuesday. I didn't hit 10,000 on Tuesday. I only managed to get 6,000. It's easy to think, oh, right, well, I can't do this. Like, I'm just going to sack it off, right? That's it. Write it off as a bad job. But rather than thinking about it in always just in days, try and think of it as like a 7-day thing. So, yeah, you would ideally do 10,000 steps a day, but that is also the same equivalent to 70,000 steps in a week. Like 7 days. So, if you fall short of that 10,000 on Tuesday, then just make sure that you catch up and average it out across that week, so you're not constantly feeling like you're failing, because nobody's motivated to do anything when they feel like they're failing at it. So try focusing on doing more movement, eating less on a daily basis, but in terms of hitting numbers, hitting calories, etc., factor it in and spread it out across 7 days, and maybe work like Tuesday to Tuesday, Monday to Sunday, however you do it, but just getting that movement in when, and like say on a weekend you might be able to walk 15,000 steps, but on a Friday you might only be able to do 5 because you're stuck at your desk all day. the point is you are getting it. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't suggest you roll that on for like a month and so like 7 days is enough. But if done in the right way, it can keep you really mentally motivated.
Yeah.
Going and not feeling like, oh, I didn't achieve that just in this one day, so I must be a failure and I can't do it.
I think, yeah, those people, well, definitely agree with that, right? But also, like, right now, if you currently sit all day and you've decided to make a change, 2,000 steps is a fucking change. Like, just because it's not the ideal average of 10, it's like, it doesn't mean it discounts everything else. If you're currently in a job and you do 10 steps a day, don't know how you only do 10, but let's say you do 10 and you're like, right, I'm going to aim for 10. Oh, I only hit 7,000. It's like, just because it's not 10, it doesn't make it a -7. It's not like you've sat longer. You've just increased it this much. Not this much, which is the average, but you still increase it that much. That's huge. And then when that becomes a habit, then aim for more. Like, so if normal people that are a little bit more active than all day sitters, like sitting at the desk, like drop it from 10 to 5. Just get going. It's kind of like what I've said before, like about like traffic. If you were trying to move 5 miles and you only made it 3, you'd be like, oh, I'm just gonna like drive back home and sit there again because I have only moved 3 miles. Like, no, you're still inching forward. Maybe not at the speed you want, but like it still counts. You've made it from where you started and you're getting towards where you want to go. So yeah, definitely don't think you're a failure if you don't hit 10. And like you said, like there's days where I'll hit 7 and there's days where I'll hit 27, like thousand. And it's like over the week, like it'll be like that. Like, don't worry about every day being 10, 10, 10, you know? And on the days that you've already hit 10, like, keep going. Don't be like, oh, I've hit 10.
Yeah.
Relax.
It's a target, not a limit.
There you go. That's a good one. That's a good one.
And actually, I got that phrase from my driving instructor who said that about the speed limit. It's a target, Katie, not. Sorry, it's a target.
I love that.
Okay, so this actually leads us quite well into our last question, which is, how do you know how many calories you should be having every day?
Long answer or a short answer?
Let's go short and let's maybe build on it.
You'll never know for sure. You'll never know for sure exactly what your body needs, and you'll never know for sure exactly what is in the food you're eating. But if you Google calorie calculators, there is millions out there. If you're not sure which ones are legit, DM either of us. Like there's plenty that we can recommend. But basically, they're just calculators that you put in some stats, like your height, your age, your weight, things like that. And that gives you like a starting point. And that's it really. That's it.
I heard a good phrase years and years ago, and it was use a minimum dose response. So what's the least amount of change you need to make to get the biggest response? Like, you might not have to dive in with a very harsh calorie deficit. It may be enough for you to just change what you're doing currently by 200-300 calories a day. That's enough for you, because we're all different. We all have a different metabolic rate. That could be enough for you to create the deficit you need to lose the weight you want to lose. So I'm always a big fan of, let's not make it too harsh and too difficult at first. Try just cutting back a little bit and then see what happens to your body. And that's where the beauty of keeping a diary, logging what you eat, keeping a journal, tracking your progress comes in, because then be like, right, okay, so I did this and that's what happened.
Yeah.
Okay, so now let's try shaving another 100 calories a day off, because I want things to move a little bit quicker. And it just gives you a little bit more insight into you personally. Like, you have to keep it. You have to keep a food diary or a journal. You have to be using like to really know and to really be able to analyze it. You have to be using like a MyFitnessPal, a NutriCheck, or something else of a similar nature to really be able to look back. This is what I did. This was the outcome. What do I need to change? And how much do I need to change it by? But it doesn't always have to be as harsh. Some of these apps that I know, I think MyFitnessPal still does it like this. And when you first join up, it automatically puts you on 1,200 calories a day.
Yeah.
If you want to lose £2 a week, that could be like significantly wild for like most people. It's not very all, especially if you're very active and you train. And so those online calculators are a really good place to start for definite. Yeah.
And I fully agree with you, like tracking it, it's like if you were thinking about buying like either a new car or like saving for a house, look at your income and be like, right, what's coming in and what am I spending? Where can I make some cuts? Right, I have money, I can budget. If I save this amount, I'll be there. You can't just be like, right, I'm going to save for a house and not be aware of what's coming in and out. And have you got any kind of save it? Like you sit down and be like, right, how does this work? You'd assess it, like same with your diet and training. Like, what are my current habits? Oh, wow, I thought I was great, but I actually get bored at 4 p.m. and I eat all of this shit while I'm making my dinner. Like just being aware and seeing what you can change and adapt to get where you want to go.
It's amazing the things that you don't realise that you have, like you just picking while you're cooking, all these little bits, like they all add up. And if you wipe out the little bits that you don't realise you haven't, it can be quite easy to do. But it's almost like subconscious, isn't it? You just da 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 da.
Yeah.
But you know what? You've added like 300 calories to your day, and just wipe that out could be enough to create a deficit for sure.
Yeah, definitely. And that's like just take stock and not. Yeah. It's funny, people don't like to keep food diaries. They think it's like too much work or like, I don't know. It's like, it's the easiest way to see where your habits are. And you might not even have to diet. You might just have to not eat the leftover chicken nuggets on your kid's plate that just need to go straight in the trash. Like that could be 2 nuggets that you're only eating because you're like, I don't want to throw this out. You don't want them or crave them. But like that might just send you past. You might not even have to really diet too much or add in crazy exercise. Just clean up 1 or 2 habits and you're good.
I think that's a good one-liner to end it on.
Clean up your habits.
Go.
Just clean up your habits. Like that with it. Want to save for a house? Clean up your habits. Want to lose weight? Clean up your habits. Want to get into a relationship with someone? Clean up your habits.
Your habits. Right. That's the phrase of the life. Yes, it was meant to be doing this with you again, and
yeah,
we're doing it again soon. So, if you've listened and you want to send questions in, like just DM one of us, and we'll keep a track of the questions and we'll put them all together for next time.
Yeah, we'll do this next month again in August. And if there's any topics people want deep diving on specifically. Maybe you have a question that is long and you want us to spend the whole kind of time on that. Totally fine. If you throw your questions in sooner, we can plan ahead and kind of make it more educational in that way. Otherwise, just ping in any random questions and we'll get.
Great. Thanks, Kez. Lovely to see you.
You too. I'll see you.